There is a multitude of reasons why someone will not heal. In this video, though, I'm going to share with you the number one block that I consistently see in some people that are struggling with chronic pain, chronic illness symptoms, that is blocking them from actually going through their healing journey and completing it to full resolution. So this is a response to many comments that I received in a video a few weeks back that I noticed a lot of people were offering prayers, offering, let's say, help for whatever they were dealing with. And it was often like, help me, God, take away my cancer. Jesus, I've been suffering with pain, heal me. Now, unknowingly, I mean, these are obviously prayers that are coming from a sincere place in somebody's heart that is really in a place of suffering. And I understand that as someone that early on in my healing journey, I was also in full prostration, begging God to remove this pain from me. Unknowingly, myself and these comments that I received from people a few weeks back is that they're unaware of the power of their subconscious mind and how to utilize their subconscious mind for their healing. So if you're unfamiliar with this, how the subconscious mind works, it's really a programming system that is causing your heart to beat, that is really allowing the trillions of functions in your body to happen simultaneously without you having to think about it. That is amazing, right? Now, the thing that's interesting is the subconscious mind is also suggestible, meaning that our conscious mind, our thoughts, and what we speak and what we feel in our hearts have an impression on the subconscious mind. And that's why when we're maybe as a child and we have some kind of trauma that causes our body to contract, that go into the fear response, how that can play out again and again way into our adulthood. And that trauma hasn't happened maybe in 40 years. Same, we can also signal an impression of message into the subconscious by what we speak. Now, here is the issue that I'm pointing to, that if you haven't already noticed, it's the focus is on the problem rather than on what the actual answer or solution is to the problem. And I get it because this is a, again, working with many people, I know how when you're in pain, when you're suffering with some kind of symptoms, your mind by default wants to gravitate towards that pain. And I have my whiteboard here to demonstrate this. So I'm really excited about this. I haven't used this in a video before. So here we are. Not to scale. So what happens is we all are familiar with your body having a shape, a form, right? But did you know your mind and energy also have a shape as well? And just connected with that subconscious mind, the mind and this shape that has an effect on your energy is influenced by where your attention goes. And if you're new to the channel, you know I speak a lot about attention. And where attention goes, so will the overall focus and energy of the body. So, in the example of the problem, let's say it is pain, and let's say the pain is energetically, like something like that, right? So our focus onto this pain over and over repeatedly, what that does is it starts to shape this field of energy, this shape of our mind, which has an effect on our body. And whatever you focus on, whatever you bring your attention to, this is a law of the universe, it's going to cause this to expand, right? Similarly, if we have a solution, or I like to say something like the goodness that we talk a lot about, the goodness of life that maybe isn't in your direct experience right now if you are suffering with pain, but is there. And your perception may not be tuning into it or giving attention to it, but it's there. So your job is to give more your attention to that goodness. More and more bringing your, not just focus, but what you speak and what you think and feel determines how, whether you are in pain, focusing on the problem, or focusing on the goodness. And just like the problem, when you focus on the goodness, that will expand. And so instead of things in your energy field being more related to the problem, they are going to be like little blessings into your energy field that are going to be there, that are going to help create maybe a more field of coherence with your body and your overall sense of being, your, what would we call it, your well-being, right? So when you realize that your attention is that important, you will start to see and not allow any little thought about something, about the problem, slip by you. It's okay if that happens, but what we want to do is be able to re-qualify that thought, that phrase we might have spoke, and bring it back into some, invite it back into some higher feeling of goodness. So, as an example, because I know this can be tricky, how do we do that? Well, my first way that I did this was I would just simply come to a realization that if my body is the infinite intelligence that was created by this intelligence, not from me, but from Source, from God, from the Holy Spirit that is always here, then I have also access to that. And access to that is also access to more of that goodness that is here as well. And so what I would do is I would go into a state where I would calm myself down, because typically when we're in pain or focusing on the problem, we're in a very dysregulated place. We need to come out of, right, this fight or flight, kind of agitated, stressed out place. We need to calm that down. We need to soothe that. And we do that, right, through various forms of breathing, of presencing, which I know you know because you watch this channel. Like we talk about the coherence breath, we talk about a box breathing, which you can utilize any part of your day when you're feeling that stress to help literally start to comb out those messages of stress out of your system. So then you come to a place of calmness, of centeredness. You might even still be in pain, but you are aware that I can shift my focus in that pain. That pain doesn't have to control me, doesn't have to dictate the rest of my day or my life or the decisions I make from this. So what I do is I start focusing on things I love and I'm thankful for, because they say a thankful heart is a heart that's closest to God. And if I know God can be a trigger word for some of you, but when I hold the word God, I mean this infinite, unconditional, loving source of consciousness that you are too, and is within everything we have. And so just by acknowledging that is here now, it didn't leave, hasn't gone anywhere, it's still there helping pump your heart and allowing you to breathe. Now your focus is on that. Now your focus is in the realization that this goodness is always present for you, even when the pain is there. And the more and more I give my attention again to that goodness, I'm supplementing my body, my mind, and my soul messages of this goodness. And you don't have to really know more than that. You don't have to know specifically what those messages are. Just get a felt sense of what it feels like. And when I'm in that state of gratitude, it's like, thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you for providing me this opportunity in this moment to recognize, yeah, maybe I am in a place that needs help, but I'm not going to let that pain, that problem, dictate my attention. I'm going to call upon you and the spirit of this moment that you are, that helps me again requalify back to a state of calm, of feeling it's okay, that somehow or another everything's going to be all right. And as I tune into that more, I allow that grace to come into my body more. And then I might have a memory of some more goodness, or maybe something that happened to you the last couple of days that reflects that goodness, that realigns you to that goodness more and more. And as you do that again and again, you just become like this tractor beam that draws this to you and allows for more of this goodness, this holy goodness, come to you more and more. Now, why is that important? For someone that is in a lot of pain, maybe suffering right now with a chronic condition that you don't want to deal with, that has really changed or altered your life in ways that has caused a lot of suffering. Well, here's the thing. You can be in the worst state of suffering, but the more and more you welcome this goodness into your life, you are literally retraining yourself. You're retraining your thoughts, you're retraining your attention, you're retraining the way you speak, and noticing how the words and what you say have an impact. All this creates the messaging. And over time, it comes to a critical mass, and that messaging is going to start to heal you, is going to start, because that, in truth, that fully healed version of yourself is already here for you. You just have to choose it. You have to welcome it and invite it in, rather than keep pushing it away by focusing on what the problem is. So, this is seemingly a simple thing, but I know, as a lot of you have experienced, when you're in pain and you're having symptoms, it can be very challenging to make this choice again and again in your life, as someone that has gone through it and helped many people. This is why I offer a healing mentorship, the Be Love Heal program. The links are in the description, but this is an opportunity because sometimes, even though we know it can be simple of just choosing that goodness over the problem, we still have some unconscious blocks that are preventing us from really stepping forward into that. That really, like when you have a good day, all of a sudden you feel like you take 5 steps back. And that's a repeated pattern for you. Well, this is what my healing mentorship is for, is to help coach you and guide you and help you identify what those blocks are that maybe you kind of have a sense of but don't have a full grasp of how it's affecting and shaping your mind and your experience. This, when you get this will help unleash tremendous amounts of healing and open your energy field up to receive, to really be in a place of receptivity to the healing energy that's present to you. So that's available down below. And then also, I want you to check out this video that I did a few weeks back that you can speak to your body each and every day that'll help garner goodness into your life more and more. And especially when you're in a hard contracting moment, you can use this to help you. I thank you for tuning in. God bless everyone. Have a incredible rest of your day, and let me know in the comments below too your thoughts and feelings around this. And thank you for your subscribership, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take good care.